So 4 years ago, this guy bought an NFT for just $74, and he recently sold it for over $2 million. So without a doubt, there are a lot of people making a lot of money with NFTs. So I think it's finally time that I purchase my first NFT. Now, I want to make sure that I am buying one that's going to be a good investment, one that I really believe in, but I also want to make sure I'm not paying too much just in case a year from now, it ends up being worth nothing. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what the first NFT is that I'm going to purchase and why I think it's really, really a great choice for beginners. Now, nothing in this video is financial advice, and admittedly, just a few weeks ago, I knew very, very little about NFTs, but I will be showing you exactly what I'm going to be doing with them. Now, if you're not familiar with what NFTs are, it stands for non-fungible tokens. That doesn't help explain it either, so let me tell you an example. Let's say you have a $1 bill, and I have a $1 bill as well. And let's say we switch them. I'm just gonna grab some as a visual. All right, I couldn't find any singles, but I have hundreds. So let's say you have a $100 bill, and I have a $100 bill as well. If we switch these, we end up with the exact same thing. Let's say someone else comes in and they have a $100 bill. And let's say we switch all these up many, many times, and at the end, we all take one of them. We end up with the exact same thing. That's what it means when something is fungible. You can trade one for the other and get the exact same thing. But let's say you have two unique things, like art, two pieces of art. Now, if you were to trade these, you would get two very different things. That's what it means when something is non-fungible. Even if these pieces of art are worth the exact same price, let's say this is $100 and this is $100, if you were to trade them, you would still end up with something very different. That is what non-fungible means. Now, the same thing applies not only in the real world, but in the physical world, I should say, but also in the digital world as well when it comes to cryptocurrency. So if you have one Bitcoin and I have one Bitcoin and we trade them, you end up with the same thing. That is fungible. But if you have digital art and I have digital art, those are non-fungible. They are very, very different. So in the world of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, we have these non-fungible tokens. Now, non-fungible tokens, they're really exciting because there's a lot of very practical uses for them. But for right now, for the most part, the way that most people think about them are as digital art. So this is a website right here called OpenSea. This is a very popular place where people buy a lot of these NFTs. And you can come in here and see these different collections. So anytime someone releases these NFTs, they usually make a bunch of them and sell them as a collection. You can buy individual ones. So if we looked at CryptoPunks right here, which is a collection that's very popular, you can see you can buy any one of these NFTs, any one of these digital pieces of art, and then you will be the only one that owns that. It will be unique to you. So this one right here, for instance, is 98.5 basically Ethereum. So you have to pay for it with the cryptocurrency called Ethereum. So how much is that? Well, 98.5 is worth about 98.5. What is that? $240,000 if you wanted to buy this NFT right here. Now, not all of them are going to be this expensive. This turned out to be a very good investment for some people, like the guy I showed you in the beginning who bought one for just $74 and sold it for $2 million. But there are other collections that are not quite at that level yet, so you can still get a better price. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Like if we look at, I'm just gonna pick a random one, 0.87 Ethereum, that said, 0.87, which is just as of right now, $2,122. Still a lot of money, but not as bad as the almost $250,000. So what people try to do here is they try to buy these NFTs at a low price and then hopefully sell them at a higher price later on. Now, one of the problems is that you don't always know what's going to go up in price, obviously, and any one of these could really be worth nothing or never sell again. And the other thing is that they're expensive. Some of them are thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars. And not only that, but there's a hidden cost to buying these NFTs, which are these gas fees. I'm not gonna get really into what the gas fees are, but just know that anytime you buy an NFT, you have to pay the price to buy it plus gas fees on top of that. A friend of mine recently bought an NFT for $300 and ended up paying $200 in gas fees. So almost pretty much doubled the price of the NFT because of the fees. Now, as someone new to NFTs, this is a little bit frustrating for me because yes, I'm going to do research and try to find a good collection and a good NFT in that collection, but what if I'm wrong? I'll spend thousands of dollars on an NFT, hundreds of dollars on the gas fees, and then the thing might never sell again. So that's a little bit scary for me. And I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to get into these NFTs. It just seems a little bit too risky. Well, there are solutions to this. So all these NFTs I showed you, these are all purchased with Ethereum. So they're on the Ethereum blockchain. They're kind of over here. This is all Ethereum stuff, which includes the Ether coin and these NFTs as well. But you can buy NFTs with other cryptocurrencies. So there's another cryptocurrency out there, maybe you've heard of it, it's called Solana. So Solana's over here, and with Solana, they have their own collections of NFTs. So here's another website called Magic Eden, and anytime you purchase an NFT on this website, you're going to be purchasing it with Solana, so it's going to live on the Solana blockchain. What that means is right now, the most popular way to buy different NFTs is on the Ethereum blockchain. So those cryptocurrencies are going to be more money most of the time. Solana is still kind of up and coming. It's becoming very popular. So the cost is usually lower for these NFTs on Magic Eden and ones that are purchased with Solana on the Solana blockchain. So there's a whole bunch of projects in here. Let's take a look at this one, for instance, Days Ducks. This is just a random project I'm looking at. Actually, all the projects I looked at so far have been just completely random. So this one right here is 18.5 Solana. So if we plug that in, 18.5 is worth $1,667. So that's already cheaper than what we've looked at in the Ethereum kind of ecosystem. I'm sure there's even cheaper projects in here. Let's take a look at, again, a random one. I mean, these are popular collections that are showing us right now, popular. Let's look at new ones, and we'll look at these unicorns. This one is worth 2 Sol. So we plug that in, that's just gonna be about, what, like $180, so much cheaper. And the other thing that's really attractive to me about Solana and purchasing an NFT with Solana is that the gas fees are much, much, much lower. So I don't have to worry about that either. So there is a little bit of a risk here. Ethereum NFTs are much more established than Solana, but I think Solana is up and coming. And this is me just kind of dipping my foot in the water, dipping my toe in the water, trying to understand how NFTs work, trying to understand how to purchase them. Maybe I'll buy some Ethereum-based ones later, but for now, I'm gonna do Solana because the cost is so much lower. So the question is now, which NFT should I buy? Which one should I get started with? So I spent a lot of time researching this. There are a lot of really cool projects out there, and I kind of developed a different criteria that I'm looking for when I'm looking for a collection that I want to invest in. So I want to show you which one I've decided to go for and why I chose them. So this is the project right here. It is called Dronnies. Now, the first thing I was looking for when I was trying to choose an NFT collection to start with was I wanted to just make sure it was a cool project. And this is really, really cool. It's very much my style. So all these different collections or projects, if you want to call it that, they all kind of revolve around a certain theme. Now this one is all themed around these Dronnies. So I don't know if you've ever heard this crazy conspiracy theory, and I hope it's mostly a joke, where a lot of people said that all the birds or all the pigeons in the world have been killed off by the government and replaced with surveillance Dronnies, these surveillance birds. And that's what this whole thing is kind of talking about and revolving around. It says Dronnies are spy drones that have been created by an unknown manufacturer, and they're spying on everyone. So our mission as operatives who are buying into the NFT project is to kind of uncover this conspiracy and mystery. That is right up my alley. I love these sort of thriller mystery things. I'm all about it. So I think this is really, really cool. Now, initially, when you buy one of these Dronnies, you're just going to be getting the actual NFT, the actual image of one of these Dronnies. But then as time goes on, this is going to develop and evolve. They have plans to maybe do a TV show with this. And as that happens, we're going to start to get more into the mystery of what these Dronnies are, which I think is just really cool. In fact, they have a whole roadmap here that you can look at. And this is one of the really important things that you should look at for any NFT project that you're going into. What do they plan on doing with it? Because like I said before, these aren't just images. There's actual utilitarian purpose behind NFTs. You want to make sure that this is something that's actually going to be used and these aren't just collectible images. So you see they're going to do some merchandise and they're going to start planning out their whole storyline for Dronnies. There's a lot of really cool stuff. They're going to do some in-person events as well that you'll need to have an actual Dronnie NFT in order to attend it, which is really, really cool. So that's a roadmap, and all of that really excited me, and it's really much my style. The second thing I love about Dronnies, and the second thing I'm looking at when I'm looking at projects, is who's creating it. And luckily, this has a really awesome team behind it. This is made by a company called Unfold, and they are a design agency that has done some really just amazing work with some big companies. So this is their website, and they've worked with PayPal, Facebook, Ripple, Weebly, Remax. So this is like a legit company, right? It's not just someone just kind of making this on the side. You know, these are people who you can actually see who they are. They're committed. They are very, very active on Twitter and in the Discord group. So you can always actually talk to the people who actually are creating it. They do these live broadcasts on Twitter where you can actually join in and ask them questions and actually get to know the team. I've been doing this a lot on Twitter, and that really makes me feel more confident that they are legitimate and are actually going to work to make this a good project. They've also partnered up with Solana Labs themselves, which just adds more legitimacy to the entire project. I just feel like there's a lot of transparency here behind who they are and what they are doing. The other thing I look at is what's the community like behind this project. And this is a really strong, awesome community. So the communities for these projects usually exist on Discord. So you should join the Discord of any NFT that you're looking at. You can come in here, and this is really cool because this is actually where, if you come in here, they have something called the dossier. Where is that? So this kind of gives you the whole storyline so far. You kind of get into the whole mystery behind what Dronnies are. Really cool. And then you can come in here and chat with other people who are interested in the NFT, just kind of get active in the community. And this is really strong. You can see all the people that are in it, currently 27,000 members. And I also really like that they prioritize engagement. So any NFT is going to have something that's called the whitelist. And what the whitelist is it's basically like, if you're on the whitelist, you get to buy the NFT earlier than anyone else. Now, most NFTs, in order to get on the whitelist, they just want you to invite more friends over to the Discord. But Dronnies, they prioritize engagement. So the more you're engaging with the community, the more you're posting on Reddit, the more likely it is that you will get on the whitelist and be able to buy your Dronnie before anyone else, and in this case, actually at a cheaper price as well. So really cool that they are really all about community here, and they help you with education. They're putting out information on what NFTs are and how to purchase them, which I found really helpful as a newbie myself. And the final thing I looked at is, do these look cool? And I think that these look absolutely awesome. So they released some kind of previews of what some of these NFTs will look like. Here's one. I mean, these just look so freaking cool right here. It's like a ghost one. My favorite one's coming up. This one I think is awesome too. Where's my favorite one that they released? I mean, these just look really, really cool. There we go, right there. I would love to be able to get that one right there. I think it's gonna be worth a lot as well. So overall, I think this is an awesome, awesome project. So I'm happy to invest in this and get started with this without the expectation of ever making any money with this. Now, one of the really cool things about getting into a project this early is that it costs you less to get in. Right now, these Dronnies, these NFTs are not yet available for sale. The way this works is there's something called a mint. And the mint is what releases these NFTs into the world. So you buy these NFTs when you're minting them directly from their website, like their website right here. Once it's available, I'll be able to purchase them with Solana directly here on their website. That is called the mint. Once the mint happens, then these items, these NFTs, will go up for sale on a secondary market like Magic Eden. So the goal for a lot of people is to buy during the mint because usually it's a lot cheaper during the mint. Right now, Dronnies, their plan is to sell these Dronnies at 3.25 Solana if you are on the public mint, or if you get on that whitelist, just 3 Solana. So right now these are going to go for 3. If these go up to 15, you've just 5x'd your initial investment. So what I would love to do is I want to be able to purchase 2 of these during the mint, get in early, and then sell one later to cover the cost of both of them. And then I can hold one of these NFTs, one of these Dronnies for myself because I think it is an awesome project and I want to hold this long term and be part of the Dronnie community. So the mint for this happens next week. I'm going to screen record everything that I do, hopefully, and release it to you guys on YouTube eventually. So if you guys want to see that video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I do hope I'm able to get the 2 Dronnies that I want and they don't sell out before I get in on it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And more importantly, if you guys want to check out Dronnies yourself, in the description down below, I will have links to their Discord, which you should definitely join. Check them out on Twitter, and I'll have their website down below. Do your own research, see if it is a good fit for you. And if you do want to mint them or mint another project, you should check out this video right here that teaches you exactly how to mint so you can be prepared.